There's a BBC for each of us, funded by all of us. This is our BBC.
I don't know who edits this, but that's going to have to do.
One thing I can say which is true of this region is that it's become harder to be a journalist. It's really important to be on the ground. If that means you've got to go to hostile, if that means you've got to places, then we have to do that.
That's the opium resin.
We have to do that.
Very pungent smell of it in the air right now. Very pungent smell of it in the air right now.
Devastated Delta wave of COVID. I think it was the coverage that we did for the BBC at the time, which brought international attention, brought international attention.
What's happening here could affect the world.
We've met with families who've had to do the unthinkable.
Another person came out and asked if we'd like to buy their child. The desperation by their child. Hard to put in words.
Many of the stories we've had to tell are distressing. Many of the stories we've had to tell are distressing. But that's usually an indicator that they're really important stories to tell.
Sheikhu Cannon Mason, Abby Morgan, welcome to the cover.
We're going to start with what's happening when it comes to climate change.
Figures reveal to me their influence.
This is going to appeal to more people than just his base.
And that's really the nub of this. The hard part
and the experiences that have inspired their own work.
This is the first time we've done this in modern history.
And we're going to say unprecedented.
For a fascinating insight into what fires the creative imagination, join me, John Wilson, for This Cultural Life.
The Context with Christian Fraser on BBC News.
Hello, live from London. This is BBC News with me, Ben Brown. Journalists working with Reuters, Al Jazeera and the Associated Press have been killed in Israeli airstrikes on a hospital in Gaza. After the first strike on the Nasser hospital, rescue workers gathered and were then hit by a second airstrike. Local officials say at least 15 people have been killed. Israel's military, the IDF, says it regrets any harm to what it calls uninvolved individuals. It says it does not target journalists and will conduct an inquiry into what happened. Also coming up, the only surviving victim of Australia's mushroom lunch murders says he forgives the killer Erin Patterson, who will be sentenced next month. Anger over the number of job losses from restaurants, bars and cafes across the United Kingdom. Hospitality bosses blame value-added tax and national insurance rises. After President Trump deployed National Guard troops into Washington, D.C., he's now threatening to send more soldiers into other Democrat-run cities in the United States. Hello, I'm Ben Brown. Welcome to BBC News Now. And officials in Gaza now say that at least 15 people, including 5 journalists working for international media, have been killed by 2 Israeli military strikes on the Nasser hospital in southern Gaza. These are pictures from the scene showing smoke rising from the hospital.